Kevin Owens dethrones undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns. Best and worst of SmackDown, Charlotte Flair teases a huge return. Why Roman Reigns chose a different attire from the Bloodline at Survivor Series. Sami Zayn sends angry solo Sikoa a message. Logan Paul set to win undisputed WWE Universal title. Let's jump right into it. Best and worst of SmackDown. It was an interesting episode of SmackDown this week. While it wasn't the strongest or best episode of the Triple H era, it certainly laid the groundwork for the final month of the WWE calendar year. So what were the ups and downs of SmackDown this week? From a major story for the Bloodline to an epic main event, this week was certainly interesting. Let's get right into it. Number 3. Best, Shayna Baszler's push on SmackDown. Shayna Baszler defeated Emma this week in a decent match. Emma is also now a part of an interesting new storyline where she is seemingly struggling to find her way back into top competition, which is the best way to handle her return and the best way to get people to care about her. As for Shayna Baszler, she is enjoying a quicker rise. Triple H seems to have taken the opportunity to push the 42-year-old star similarly to how he did in NXT. The only question is when it will lead to championship gold. Number 2. Worst. How are fans expected to consider Ricochet a serious threat to Gunther? Ricochet won the SmackDown World Cup and will face Gunther in 2 weeks. Given that Braun Strowman is being positioned as the next big challenger to Gunther, we find it somewhat laughable that Ricochet is being presented as a threat to the Intercontinental Champion. That said, it should be a good match, and we're glad Ricochet won. But it's hard to think of anybody who believes that he will beat Gunther on December 16th. Number 2. Best. The main event of SmackDown was a great one. While we are admittedly not sold on Ricochet beating Gunther, don't let that take anything away from the main event of SmackDown. Ricochet defeated Santos Escobar in a fantastic World Cup final. It was classic wrestling at its best, with big crowd pops when the referee ejected the other 3 members of Legado del Fantasma. It had the right runtime and was worthy of a headlining spot. Number 1. Worst. Damage Control constantly made to look bad. Damage Control came out this week on SmackDown, only for Liv Morgan to confront them. Morgan looked bad when she was getting beaten down, but Tegan Nox returned after a year to an underwhelming reaction. It was nice to see Nox return, but Damage Control is constantly made to look bad. It's a shame because Bayley, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai are undoubtedly among the top 10 women's wrestlers in the world today. It's a statement of how good Bayley is, given that they still get big reactions. However, they have been mishandled for months now. Number 1. Best. Sheamus in yet another banger on SmackDown. Sheamus' resurgent run continued this week when he lost to Sami Zayn in a banger of a match. It was a good bit of storytelling, given that Jey Uso helped Zayn win. Sheamus would later attack the Usos, announcing that he and Drew McIntyre would challenge for the tag team titles next week. While we're not fans of the 2 former world champions being sacrificed, we expect nothing short of a banger. Charlotte Flair teases a huge return. Charlotte Flair has teased a potential return to WWE. She has been absent from in-ring competition since her match with Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania Backlash. Taking to her Instagram story, Flair posted a photo of herself training with Alba Fire and Zoe Stark. She thanked the 2 ladies for helping her out inside the ring. Fire and Stark are currently working under the NXT brand and are busy with their respective feuds. Fire was recently unsuccessful in capturing the NXT Women's Championship from Mandy Rose after interference from Isla Dawn. Meanwhile, Stark betrayed her tag team partner Nikita Lyons after the duo failed to capture the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships. Ric Flair is hopeful of a feud between his daughter Charlotte Flair and Bianca Belair. Speaking on his To Be the Man podcast, the Nature Boy stated that he would like to see Flair share the ring with the Raw Women's Champion upon her return to WWE. When the Queen comes back, God, I'm pushing for, I would like it to be against Bianca Belair. There are some great matches for her, too, when she comes back. When you're great, like Randy, like the Queen, the opportunities are endless. There is always someone who wants to be you or thinks they can be you, and until they are, good luck trying. Belair was recently successful in beating Flair's fellow 4 horsewoman, Bayley, in a last woman standing match at Crown Jewel 2022. The EST has held the Raw Women's Championship for over 240 days. Amid rumors of Flair possibly returning to WWE, fans have also demanded the Queen take the SmackDown Women's Championship off Ronda Rousey. The baddest woman on the planet recently defended the title against Shotzi at Survivor Series War Games. Why Roman Reigns choose a different attire from the Bloodline at Survivor Series. Roman Reigns and the Bloodline dominated the team of brawling brutes, devouring the 2 champions, Drew McIntyre and Kevin Owens, along the way in convincing fashion at the WWE Survivor Series War Games Premium Live event on November 26, 2022. Fans who saw the event noticed that all members of the Bloodline except Roman Reigns wore red for the men's War Games match. The Tribal Chief donned black pants for the extremely physical match that saw his team emerge victorious after more than 30 minutes of action. Seraph Tun, who designed the gear, recently revealed to Sam Roberts on Not Sam Wrestling that Roman Reigns chose to go a different way when he realized that the fabric texture was not to his liking. The Bloodline, I did all the red, said Seraph. You will notice that there was one member of the bloodline who wasn't in red, and that's not because it wasn't made, it was because the fabric texture wasn't what he thought it was going to be. He put it on to see how it felt. At the end of the day, he's the tribal chief, he gets to do what he wants. It would have been cool if they were all dressed in red, but at the same time, he does his thing and you're following him. The main event of the November 26th PLE saw a dramatic conclusion as Sami Zayn attacked former best friend Kevin Owens, proving his loyalty to Roman Reigns and the bloodline. The honorary use prevented KO from getting a decisive win over the tribal chief by stopping the referee's hand for the third count. Utterly shocked at what he had just seen, the prize fighter confronted Zayn, who took Owens out with a low blow before finishing him off with a hell of a kick. The match ended after Jey Uso pinned KO with a frog splash. Uso proceeded hugged Zayn after the match to a huge roar from the crowd. It remains to be seen how the storyline will progress in the weeks to come. Sami Zayn sends angry Solo Sikoa a message. Sami Zayn tweeted out an interesting 5-word message reflecting on the Bloodline segment from the latest edition of Monday Night Raw. At Survivor Series War Games, Zayn and Jey Uso finally got on the same page to secure a massive win for the Bloodline. On Raw, the honorary Usos hugged it out with the Usos. The trio then invited Solo Sikoa to join them in a group hug, but the enforcer seemingly hesitated before being interrupted by Kevin Owens. Taking to Twitter, Zayn posted a photo of the same segment and sent a short message to Sikoa, "Get some love, my dog," wrote Zayn. WWE Hall of Famer and former company personality Teddy Long is a big fan of Sami Zayn. Speaking on Sportskeeda Wrestling's One-on-One, Long praised Zayn's work and claimed that he is a great performer. He also recalled working alongside the former Intercontinental Champion in the past. The former SmackDown general manager further stated that Zayn is like a hidden talent. "I haven't been able to sit down and really take the time to really watch it all, but Sami Zayn has always been a great performer. I had the chance to work with him one time, and I enjoyed every minute of it. Sami Zayn is like a hidden talent. Maybe finally somebody realizes what they've had there all the time," said Long. Zayn has associated himself with the Bloodline for months. He was always on good terms with the entire faction, except for Jey Uso. However, Roman Reigns' faction now seems stronger than ever, and it remains to be seen what's next in store for the group as an entire unit. There are also reports suggesting that WWE could be leading towards a match between Reigns and Zayn next year, but nothing has been confirmed. Logan Paul set to win undisputed WWE Universal title. Though Roman Reigns defeated him at Crown Jewel 2022, fans think Logan Paul is destined to win the undisputed WWE Universal Championship sometime down the line. WWE has a history of bringing celebrities in to compete in the squared circle, but only a few have even come close to what Logan has achieved. The YouTube sensation only made his debut this year at WrestleMania 38, where he teamed up with The Miz to defeat Rey and Dominic Mysterio. Logan Paul's singles debut came at SummerSlam, where he defeated the A-lister in a show-stealing match. However, it was his bout with Roman Reigns at Crown Jewel 2022 that cemented his place as one of the promotion's most exciting talents. Logan took the tribal chief to the limit, coming inches from capturing the Universal title. If not for interference from the Usos, it wouldn't be a stretch to say the 27-year-old would have shocked the world by dethroning Reigns. Though things didn't pan out as Logan Paul would have wanted, fans think it's only a matter of time before we find the youngster draped in gold. A Twitter user recently posed a question, asking if Logan would win a world title. Fans took over the comments section, responding in the affirmative. Though Logan Paul put up a performance to remember at WWE Crown Jewel 2022 earlier this month, in the process, he also injured himself. A few days back, the 27-year-old performer shared an update with fans. Taking to his YouTube channel, Logan revealed that he had been recuperating well so far. However, just when the social media personality was about to reveal the exact timeline of his return, the video ended, leaving fans hanging. "So, yeah, I've been soaking my knees in rice, it's working. I've been going to physical therapy every day in sports rehab. It's been great thus far, and as of now it looks like I will be back to the WWE sometime in," said Logan Paul. It's safe to say that whenever Logan returns, WWE will thrust him into a major feud. Moreover, with WrestleMania 39 just a few months away now, the global juggernaut would love to have someone of his following work at the event. Are you excited about what lies ahead for Logan Paul? Do you see him squaring off with Roman Reigns sometime again? Sound off in the comments section below. Kevin Owens dethrones undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns. Undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns has held the title for 823 days now and has shown no signs of slowing down. He most recently defeated Logan Paul to retain the title at WWE Crown Jewel. The champion competed in the men's War Games match last Saturday at Survivor Series. The match was won by the Bloodline after Sami Zayn delivered a low blow to his old friend Kevin Owens. Jey Uso quickly followed it up with a frog splash for the pinfall victory. Kevin has already called out Roman Reigns and claimed he would have ended his reign 2 years ago if it weren't for Paul Heyman. Here are signs that Kevin Owens will be the WWE superstar that dethrones Roman Reigns as champion. Kevin Owens is not afraid of undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns. Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns have had several battles over the years. Their most recent rivalry occurred during the COVID-19 pandemic and at the WWE Thunderdome. Owens battled Reigns for the championship at TLC 2020, coming up short. He got another chance at Royal Rumble 2021 in a last-man-standing match. The prizefighter handcuffed Roman to a lighting rig, but Paul Heyman was able to free him. The Tribal Chief applied the guillotine choke to make KO pass out and ultimately win the match. KO has argued that he would have put an end to Roman's historic title reign 2 years ago and may get another chance at this year's Royal Rumble. KO is in the Tribal Chief's head. Roman was reportedly angry following the men's War Games match last weekend at WWE Survivor Series. Reigns was pissed at KO for an unplanned spot during the match and believed that he may have suffered a ruptured eardrum. The Tribal Chief was scheduled to speak at the press conference following the premium live event but did not do so. Owens and Reigns may not be the best of friends in real life, and that will make for some entertaining television for wrestling fans. Kevin Owens is backup. Roman Reigns is protected by the bloodline, and that makes him very difficult to beat. Owens went to war with the Brawling Brutes and Drew McIntyre this past Saturday against the bloodline and battled to the end. Despite the loss, KO has likely gained some new friends that will have his back if he gets a title match against Reigns. The Tribal Chief is suddenly a lot more beatable if the odds are evened at ringside. Sami Zayn may be in the bloodline for now, but when the title is on the line, will he choose them again or come to his senses and help Owens? KO has a connection with the audience. Kevin Owens has always had a connection with the audience. Whether you love or hate him, you at least feel something. There are so many WWE superstars that the only reaction they generate is apathy, and KO is the opposite. He doesn't resemble your typical WWE superstar. He looks more like the fans in the stands. However, he's an incredible athlete, a terrific in-ring talent, and one of the best promos in the business. Owens headlined WrestleMania as a heel against Stone Cold Steve Austin, and less than a year later may be challenging for the biggest title in the industry as a babyface. He is a complete performer that the company is lucky to have.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for